Bill, it was a good win, and it was up and down. How's the emotions now?
Good win. It's a heart stopper. We didn't help ourselves in that second half, but there's a whole heap of courage and character and effort, a bit of spirit. I thought that last 10 minutes, to defend our try line, New South Wales were coming to get us, and they're a bloody good team, and they got some strike in their footy team, and huge credit to our fellas for turning up and continually turning up. So, that's the pride I feel for our footy team, and I'm sure 5.5 million Queenslanders feel that pride right now as well. Probably I don't like calling myself a coach, but the coach in me sees the hurt that we put on ourselves in that second half, and I look to that pretty quick.
What about Billy, captain's knock? He was outstanding, wasn't he, Cam, tonight? The way he led the side under adversity at times.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even without being the captain, Cameron Munster has really led this footy team. He led it as a kid. I was still playing. In 2017, Game 3, he led it with his actions, and that's what he did again tonight. He's just got the C next to his name now, and he has to go and flick the coin and make decisions on captain's challenges and all that sort of stuff, but he's been a leader right from the start, and it's a pleasure to have him in this footy team.
A lot of conjecture on your decision not to pick Daly, but the bloke who replaced him tonight has justified the faith he showed in him.
You won't get a negative word out of me for Daly Cherry Evans. He's a wonderful player and has been a wonderful player for a long period of time. It's Tom's time now, and he didn't surprise any of us, I don't think, in what he put out there tonight. Really proud of him, and that's the first time he's worn the number 7 jersey for Queensland. I wouldn't imagine it'd be the last.
Another selection you were questioned over Kirk Capewell, the veteran, coming back. Like he really earned his place back in that side tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why the Warriors are doing well, because they got players like Kirk Capewell in their team. That's what successful footy teams look like. They've got hard-working players that are willing to put everything into the footy team, and that's what Capes does. A bit of talk around, the number of missed tackles and that on his stat sheet. I actually didn't know that until I read it in the paper. Probably goes to show that I don't look at numbers when I look at habits in players. I look at their actions and how they contribute to their footy team, and he has done an amazing job. He's played probably half the season at centre. The other half in the back row. His body's in great shape. He's nice and fit, and he's a team first player. And it might have surprised a few, but it wasn't that out of the blue for me.
The decision to switch the wingers as well. Where does that sort of come from?
Just Xavier Coates plays on the left-hand side all the time. We just felt that was the best look for our footy team, and that's what we do. We analyse our game, we look at our players, and we try and build Queensland's best footy team. And if that's changing people around and people have to work in with the footy team and put the team first, well, that's what happens. And the players have had a great attitude this week, and whether a player's moved from the starting team to the bench or switch sides and switch positions, there hasn't been one whinge. Like, we're playing for Queensland at the end of the day. We're wearing the maroon jersey, and that has always been the first and foremost thought in our minds. So that's our priority.
I heard you interviewed after the game on the field. You spoke quite emotionally about doing it for Billy and sort of what he's been through the last 48 hours and the pressure over the last few games. What did it mean to you? You played with him, you've been coached by him. How much did that galvanise the team?
Yeah, when we got jabs or blokes in the media having to go at your coach, and right, like at the end of the day, he's our coach and he's done everything he can and ticked the boxes for us, and we didn't perform for him in game 1, and he got a lot of slack for it and a lot of stuff in the media, and he didn't deserve it. And I've played with Bill. He's a champion player and champion coach, and when I've had a great relationship with him and still do, and we're probably almost really close mates. And when you have someone jabbing at him like that, it really hurts. It hurts me personally, and I never tell him that, but now I'm probably telling him now, and I love him, and I just want to do the best thing for Queensland and best thing for him, because he's not doing this for him. He's doing it for Queensland, and he loves Queensland, and that's the reason why he's so passionate. And when you have someone like that in there and at the top of the helm, you just want to play for him. And at the end of the day, I just love playing for Queensland, and he's the reason why I want to play.
Did you have that conversation with the players? Like, I'm probably not in front of Billy, but privately as the leader, did you have that conversation?
No, I didn't have to. I think, like, rightly so, like the boys would have seen on their phones, media, whatever it was. Like, at the end of the day, like when someone's having a jab at you, someone from your own backyard, you stand up on your back and want to get up and fight. And we needed to do that tonight. We were backs against the wall. No one gave us a chance. And when you have guys nitpicking and jabbing at your coach, it's not him. It's the players that go out there. He's given us a great game plan, and we didn't execute in game 1, and we did it tonight in the first half. We obviously got to work on things in game 3, but we're just so proud of us as a group that we had to play for him.
How does that make you feel hearing that? Oh, sorry.
What does it mean to hear that, Billy, that support from Keem? Because it's been an eventful 24 hours for you. Like, how have you reconciled it, and did it play on your emotions?
Ever said to me. I don't know. I know the game. I'm in the game. I understand it. Sometimes, things get pushed to the boundary, but it hasn't influenced how I look at myself and who I am as a person. Like, I'm very comfortable with who I am. I know who I am. I know who these guys are, and there's been a real togetherness about the group, and that was what I was talking about with the position switches and starting bench. It doesn't matter. Everyone's a player of this footy team. Everyone's a member of this footy team, and that's what Queenslanders do. They do it together. And now I'm not talking disrespectful to any other states, but when something happens, they all pull together and look after each other. And whether it's a flood or a cyclone or a bushfire, they all pull together and help each other out.
Cameron, you mentioned on the field about it being backs to the walls. Given what happened 3 weeks ago, what's happened 3 weeks since, stuff yesterday from the last couple of days with Billy, where does that rank in terms of backs to the walls wins you've been a part of with Queensland?
Oh, it's got to be up there. I can't remember the last time we won a game 2, other than probably 2023. I've never had a great record on game 2s, and I've never had a great record on Perth. Looking back on it, I've probably lost most games here by 50. So to come out and play the way we did in the first half, and we got some things to work on in the second half, but just like the way the boys got around each other, the series was on the line, and we worked hard for each other. A bit similar to the 1995 we keep talking about. They won by 2 points in a couple of those games in the series, and we won by 2 tonight. So it was that 95 mentality in D, and we just got to keep working hard for each other. It's going to be a harder task going to Sydney, and we've got to be ready for it. You can't afford to be ambushed.
You made reference to that field through the 1995 team. Is that something that's been spoken about a fair bit in the last week and a half? Just similarities and backs to the wall, people not expecting you to win and whatnot?
Oh, it's all one of those things. We probably put it on ourselves. We didn't play great footy in the first game, and as media journalists, you've got to create stories and make stories, and we didn't deserve to be able to play and win game 1. The way we played, and we improved tonight, but we got so much more improvement to do, because we can't afford to dish up that stuff we did in the second half. And if it's a dry track, could have been a different story, So I know both teams played in those conditions in the wet, but we just can't keep blowing leads like that, because they're a great team, like Bill talked about, and we got blokes like Nathan Cleary and Jerome Leroy and Payne Hash with the ball in hand. They're very strong ball carriers and very strong in contact, and they're very skillful players.
Just one of the combination with Tom Dearden.
Yep.
First time starting together in the halves. Did it feel like it clicked straight away? There were a few times you guys linked up, in particular lead up to the Kirk Capewell try.
Yeah, it's just playing off the cuff footy, like eyes up footy. We obviously have structures in place, but when that goes out of the window when you see opportunities, and it just takes one little moment for blokes to push in the right hole. If we execute, we execute. Sometimes we're not going to execute. So it obviously come off for us tonight in the first half. It might not come off for us in game 3. We just got to work on it. And yeah, we had a great combination, me and Tommy. We can build on that. We got some things that we can both work on in the second half. Lost a little bit of control there, but we just got to work on our discipline and probably holding on to the ball a couple of times there. Really shot ourselves in the foot.
Billy, Jerome Lua placed on report, facial eye gouge, not sure what happened out there. Did you have a view on it?
Early in the game?
Yeah.
I didn't get a real good look at it. I didn't even see the replay. I really can't comment on anything like that. But that gets taken care of with the match review, and they all analyse it. And if nothing happened, nothing will happen.
What about at the end? I know it didn't matter, but the decision, Kaywan Ponga, the knock on at the end could have been a crucial moment.
They're 50-50s, aren't they? We're sitting in the box probably going, it goes backwards, but again, 50-50 calls, and the game is hard to officiate like that, because when you slow it down and it's like neutral, I think it was called a knock on in the field of play. So, Ashley made that decision in the moment, and the bunker probably had to go with him.
Harry's first half, I know there's been a narrative about him not being able to win starting, but he really set the platform.
Yeah. You can make a narrative around anything. Do we all think Harry Grant's a great dummy half? Probably the best dummy half in the game. So creating a narrative around that is probably a little bit unfair. We're all talking numbers here, and the team hasn't played well when he started at dummy half, but he's a wonderful player, and he'd be the first to admit that he was below his standard in game 1. Harry doesn't do that too often, so it didn't surprise me that he had the first half that he did.
What about really going to Sydney to win a decider? It's such a tough task.
Yeah.
But you must, from the attitude of your forwards tonight, you must think you can get the job done again.
Well, we have never won over here in Perth. I don't even want to think about what the scoreline would add up to if we just accumulated our Perth scorelines.
100 to 10.
You're good at maths, King.
But I don't think we've ever won a series being 1-0 down and have to travel. So like what an opportunity. I think I said it yesterday at the press conference. What an opportunity it is for this team to have to go to Sydney to wrap up the series. Like it's not easy. Like, this game is hard. It's a hard game. So they get that opportunity, and I'm sure New South Wales will, be ready to go in game 2. So it's going to be a heck of a game, and looking forward to getting in preparation for it.
Sorry?
Were you able to bring your boots in, your special boots?
My boots?
Yeah.
Oh, for the biosecurity? Yeah, I ended up having to go through customs. Right. Thanks for that, guys. I brought Dearden to the wrong state, so they got me. I'm only joking, but just make a narrative around it for you. So.
We thought he was going to blow his captain's challenge if he lost the coin toss.